Assisted by Austin Nelson.
And a very pleasant good afternoon from Cochise College, located just outside of Douglas. Welcome to game number 2 of this best-of-3 series, a must-win today for Cochise on a dramatic comeback yesterday by Central Arizona in that 9th inning. The big blow, the 2-run homer by Max Stagg, which lifted Central to the win. Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Heck. Hope you'll pull up a chair and spend part of your Friday afternoon with us. And basically, it's no secret. It's do or die for Cochise. They've got Mathis Norell on the mound, the big right-hander from France, 2.49 ERA, 8-3 record, only giving up 3 home runs and a great walk-to-strikeout ratio. 83 strikeouts, only 31 walks. We'll catch up defensively when we get a chance here. Central Arizona comes in with practically the same lineup, a couple of changes. They'll lead off with Jacob Cruxford, the left fielder. David Benet will be at short. Tyree Reed will bat third at the designated hitter spot. In the cleanup spot, Easton Rowley, who was 2 for 4 yesterday. Zach Wattis, who had that big single to get on base in the 9th, will bat 5th and play first. Then Max Stagg, who hit that 2-run homer, a couple RBIs yesterday, was 2 for 4. Antonio Gianni, Ian Haynes. Haynes will start today behind the plate. Chris Parkin will start at third today, and then Jonah Hergert on the mound. Well, here is Jacob Cruxford. Cruxford yesterday drew the collar, went 0 for 4 in that game. Cruxford out of Peoria. Fastball outside, ball 1-1-0. CAC 38-15 overall, 327 team batting average. 1-0 pitch coming, swung on and missed. Well, Mathis Norell, the line, very good fastball, very good changeup. He can use that curveball and he'll have a good breaking pitch. And the other thing that makes him so tough, his release point, at least from up here, looks the same on all pitches. And that can be hard for a batter to pick up a slider there low and the count 2-1. Well, behind Mathis, defensively, same as yesterday. TJ Shaw, Ken Ryan, Sawyer Feck, Andrew Yee from third to first, Dabrowski, Laya, and Blanco left to right. Pitch coming, that one low in the dirt. Tyson Owens behind the plate to start this game. 83 degrees at the first pitch at 2 o'clock. And the wind forecast up to about 12 miles an hour. This one hit up the middle, base hit, and Cruxford will lead things off in a good way for Central. Here is David Benea. Benea yesterday 1 for 4. Had a couple of nice plays at shortstop. Benea, a sophomore, 6'190" out of Boston, the Northeast. So he has come a long way to a very different weather climate. Norell ready to go. He deals, squaring to bunt and taking a fastball for a strike. Count 0-1. David hitting .348, 54 hits on the year, 30 RBIs. Good speed, squaring to bunt, a pretty good bunt right back to Norell, who goes to second for 1. Nice job by Mathis. He looked right away, and he didn't hesitate. He went right there, so the sacrifice does not work. It'll be a fielder's choice for Benea, and Cruxford is erased 1-6. So nice heads-up defense there by Mathis. And here is Tyree Reed, the designated hitter. Tyree hitting .338, 22 hits, 11 RBIs. Does have a home run, and this one fouled away. First pitch swinging. Collectively, Central Arizona has hit now 44 home runs. So needless to say, that is a weapon that they have in their pocket, and they use it in that ninth inning. Pitch on the way. This one's shot to right field, base hit. And let's see if what they do with Benea. He will stay at second base. So Reed got his hands extended on that one. So now runners at first and second here in the first inning. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Easton Rulli, the second baseman, who yesterday a couple of singles, 2 for 4. Really hitting .363, 57 hits on the year, 49 RBIs, and 7 home runs. Pitch on the way, slider for a strike, good left to right action, and good sink to it. So an early jam for Mathis. He helped himself with that comebacker, made the good throw to get the lead runner, but now 2 runners on base are not holding Reed. Pitch on the way. That one a little flare to right field of all things. Blanco gets it in a hurry, and they put the brakes, and now they've got Benea in a rundown, and the tag is made, and for the second out of the inning. And Central just ran themselves out of a run. I'm not sure what Dave Benea was maybe thinking there. He made a pretty big turn, and then he was about maybe 8 to 10 feet off the bag. And he just took his time. He just decided that I can't get back. I'm going to have to be in the rundown. Wow. And here's Easton Rulli with runners at second and third, or Zach Wattis, I should say. Second and third. Pitch. That one just a little bit low in fastball that time. So Rulli down at second base. He'll get a single, and then he'll advance to second on the rundown. Tyree Reed over at third base. Zach Wattis, who had that big single in the ninth inning at the plate, 2-0 the count. And the dangerous Max Stagg would be on deck, who hit that 2-run homer yesterday in the ninth inning to put Central up. Norrell peers in, gets his sign from Owens. Quick look back at second and now third, and he deals in the dirt. Great stop by Owens. Well, that thing could have been at the backstop, and that would have been a run. No score, believe it or not, with 3 singles in the inning. Norrell peers in. 3-0 pitch is coming. That one at the inside corner. Fastball for a strike, and the count now 3-1. Reed at third, Rulli at second. 2 outs in the inning. Taking his time, the big right-hander. Quick look over at third. He deals. That one in the dirt. Ball 4, and again, Tyson Owens. Another good stop. So now nowhere to put anybody. Reed at third, Rulli at second, Wattis at first, and here comes Max Stagg. 2 for 4 yesterday with a home run in the ninth inning. Stagg, .366 hitter, 52 hits, 36 RBIs now on the season, 9 home runs. And breaking pitch just inside, ball 1-1-0. Well, the infield and double play depth, both Ryan and Feck, middle infielders, back on the edge of the grass, hoping to get out of this inning with a double play ball. Outfield straight away, and everybody's pretty deep. Pitch coming, outside, backhanded there by Owens. 2-0. Dabrowski, the left fielder, almost on the track. Francisco, fairly deep center field. Blanco the same, the right fielder. Now Mathis needs to come over here. 2-0 pitch, and that right down the pipe, and the count 2-1. Norrell came in with an ERA of 2.49. Walked 31, but struck out 83. Boy, good movement on that one. Swung on and missed. Stagg ahead of that one. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Two and two. Mathis ready to go. Bases loaded. Here it is. This one popped up. Right side playable for Yee. And making the catch to get out of the inning unscathed as far as runs go. So a tight rope act by Mathis Norell in the inning. 3 hits and a walk, but no runs. There were no errors. They strand 3. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Well, if you want excitement, stick around. Big situation for Cochise as they need to win today or their season would be over. This is Cochise Baseball. Douglas, 83 degrees if you just tuned in. Wind will be somewhere between 6 to 12 miles an hour, but nothing significant, which is good news as we've seen the wind do quite a lot of havoc here. If you're not familiar with the park, the infield is all artificial. All the dirt area, all the grass area, the pitching mound, and home plate. The outfield, all natural turf. Dimensions, 385 to dead center, 365 in the power alleys, and 345 down each line. Jonah Hergert will be on the mound for Central, 3.19 ERA, 7-2 record, 14th appearance of the year, 62 innings under his belt, and a very good strikeout to walk ratio, 80 strikeouts, 34 walks. And he's given up 22 earned runs. And here's Francisco Alaya to lead things off. Francisco 1 for 4 yesterday. Great speed. Very good power. And the first pitch fouled away. Francisco checks in with a .330 batting average. 60 hits on the year, 50 RBIs, 13 doubles, and a couple of home runs to go with that. Pitch on the way, breaking pitch, and that is lined to center field. Base hit for Francisco. So a good bit of hitting. Went with the pitch, fastball. Got his arms extended. And here is Ken Ryan coming up. Kenny yesterday 1 for 3 in the walk. Ryan a great bunter amongst other things. Kenny hitting .369, 59 hits now, 38 RBIs. 10 doubles, so a guy that has power, 3 home runs. Hergert ready to go, he deals. Breaking pitch high, ball 1-1-0. Chris Parkin at third on the edge of the grass. David Benea at short on the edge of the grass, the deep end of the field. Rulli over at second, and Wattis at first. Fastball way upstairs. So Parkin, Benea, Rulli, and Wattis, third to first. Cruxford, Gianni, Stagg, left to right. Same as yesterday, and all those guys have good speed in the outfield. Pitch on the way, fastball misses, and the count 3-0. So good job by Ryan here to be patient in the early stages. Hergert looks in, gets his sign. Here's a pitch, and he missed outside, ball 4. So 4 consecutive balls and runners at first and second. And here is Tyson Owens. Tyson yesterday 2 for 2 with a couple of walks. Owens, a 6'3" freshman out of the Las Vegas area. That's from the left side. Tyson, a 379 average, and can hit to all fields. Look back at second. He deals, and off speed outside. So Hergert right now trying to find his release point or get comfortable with a certain pitch. Good speed on the bases. Pitch on the way. That one hits the inside corner. Good fastball, and the count 1-1. Caught the edge of that inside corner. Well, great speed on the bases. Francisco down at second has 28 stolen bases. Leads the team in that department. Outfield pretty much straight away. Pitch on the way. That one misses outside, and the count 2-1. So the hitters count here for Owens. Noah Allison would follow in the DH spot. And they're playing cat and mouse with Francisco. Benea, the shortstop. Pitch coming. Runners go, and not able to get it out of his glove is Ian Haynes. So that's a double steal. 3-1 the count now. So 2 runners in scoring position. Let's see what the infield does early on. Now, both middle infielders back. Trying to prevent a big inning. Parking on the edge of the grass. He could come in. Pitch coming right down the pipe, and this one fouled away. Giving chase, and running out of real estate is third baseman Chris Parkin. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Mathis Norell, the right-hander for Cochise, survived that first inning. Walked the tightrope. Gave up 3 hits and a walk, but nothing on the scoreboard. 3-2 pitch coming. That one outside, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded. Francisco at third. Kenny Ryan at second. And Owens at first. And here's Noah Ellison. 2 for 4 yesterday. And it'll be a mound visit by Sean Cashman. The manager of Central Arizona. So Noah Allison, let's check his numbers. 316 batting average, 37 hits, 37 RBIs, 7 doubles, and 5 home runs. So he is in a position now to put Cochise on top. Remember, this is game 2. Cochise has to win today to force the what-if game tomorrow. And if they can do that, that game would be at 12 noon. Well, they're not holding Owens at first, so anything hit in the gap would probably score 3 runs. Hergert ready to go. He deals this one in the dirt, and getting back, it wasn't a foul tip to live baseball. Francisco thought about it, but the ball bounced on the third base side, and Haynes did a pretty good job to get on top of it. Good decision at third by Francisco. Outfield straight away. Cruxford near the track and left. Gianni shades a little bit the center fielder towards left field. Hergert ready to go. He deals. And that's a little bit high. And now the count, a ball and a strike. Second inning has been a very good inning. We're still in the first, though. Pitch on the way. That one popped up and fell back. I was going to say, looking ahead, just kind of looking at innings throughout the season, the second and I believe the 6 have been very profitable for Cochise, but one thing at a time here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Francisco at third, Ryan at second, Owens at first. 1-2 pitch, fastball, a little bit high and outside, pretty good location, just did miss. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. First inning, no score. TJ Shaw would follow. Pitch coming. That one fouled back at us, and the count remains at 2-2. So if nothing else, they're making Jonah Hergert throw a lot of pitches here early. Francisco singled. Ryan and Owens have walked consecutively. 2-2 the count. Hergert looks in, gets a sign from Haynes. Here it is, breaking pitch, upstairs, full count. So big pitch coming, nowhere to put anybody. Dark uniforms at every base. 3-2 the count. Gets his sign from Haynes. Here it is. Fastball swung on and missed. Challenged him. And I think Allison turns to ask the umpire, was that in the zone, the strike zone? And I believe the answer was yes, it is. So a pretty good pitch. Had a little late movement on it. And here is TJ Shaw, the third baseman, 0 for 2 yesterday with a sacrifice. Shaw, great speed, hard to double up. Breaking pitch inside, and the count is 1-0. TJ out of Henderson, Nevada. A freshman, 6 foot 185, 1-0 pitch coming by Hergert. That one low, 2-0. And one thing about Shaw, he does not swing at a lot of bad pitches. And a very good contact hitter, really a guy that is perfect to have up right now. Shaw hitting .341. Pitch coming. That one line, base hit down the line. Just fair. That will score Francisco. That will score Ryan. And that'll be a stand-up double for TJ Shaw. Boy, he just kept those. Pitch was inside. He kept those arms in and was able to extend. Just a good bit of hitting by Shaw. So 2 RBIs. And a chance now for Sawyer Feck to pick up a couple of more. Sawyer yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk. He comes in with a .314 batting average and 52 hits on the year. 36 RBIs. Pitch coming, fastball, hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. It's going to drop in front of Gianni. 1 run will score. They're going to hold Shaw, and it's 3-0. So Feck got one right over the middle, and just you could see his arms perfectly out there extended, right in his wheelhouse. So in the inning, 3 hits and 2 walks and 3 runs produced. And here is Andrew Yee, 0 for 4 yesterday, .268 hitter, 44 hits on the year, 41 RBIs, 21 doubles. Breaking pitch is a strike, letter high, and the count now 0-1. So Laya, Ryan, Owens all score. Shaw at third, 90 feet away, another potential run. With 1 out, runner goes from first. They fake the throw, and now 2 runners in position to score. So Feck uses his speed, gets a stolen base, and now Shaw and Feck in scoring position for Andrew Yee, who has an 0-2 count. Now they're bringing the infield in. Parkin, Benaya, Rulli, and Wattis all on the edge of the grass. Pitch coming, fastball outside, and the count 1-2. So down 3 runs. Sean Cashman decides that sure don't want to give up any more here. A chance to poke one through for Yee. 1-2 pitch. That one's outside. Nice stop by Haynes. He set up out there. And 2-2 the count. If Yee gets on, we'll see Kevin Blanco. Blanco, the number 8 hitter, then followed by Dabrowski, the number 9 hitter. 1 down, 2nd and 3rd. Pitch on the way. That one fell back, and that was a breaking pitch. Ran that inside a little bit. Both teams with 3 hits. Cochise 3 runs, 3 hits. Central no runs, 3 hits. Jonah Hergert ready. Gets his sign. Here it is. Breaking pitch outside, 3-2 now. So he's had some issues so far, at least, with the breaking stuff. Just not quite finding the zone here. And Yee, who is very patient at bat. Hergert says yes to Haynes. Look over at third. He deals. And a swing and a miss. Pitch on the outside part of the plate. And a nice job by Hergert to locate that one. So 2 down, both outs are strikeouts. And here is Kevin Blanco, the 8th man to come to the plate here in the first inning. And this is just what Cochise needed to get some of that momentum back. Blanco hitting .354, and he hits this one up the middle. And that will score Shaw. That will score Feck. And it's 5-0 Cochise. So Kevin Blanco, first ball swinging, hits one up the middle. It looked like a breaking pitch that just hung up there. So now in the inning, 4 hits. And here is Dabrowski. So Cochise has batted around in the first inning. Alex yesterday 0 for 2 with a big sacrifice, drove a run in. Pitch on the way, squares to butt, takes a strike, let her high, and the count 0-1. Boy, what a great inning for Cochise. Especially when you're down with your back to the wall. A must-win situation. Hergert ready to go. A look over at first. He deals. Fastball outside, backhanded by Haynes. Dabrowski, 6'3", 190 out of Chandler. In the Phoenix area, east part of the valley. Hergert says yes. Here it is. And a foul tip. And the count now 1-2 with 2 outs. Jonah Hergert, he just joined us. 3.19 ERA, 7-2 overall record. His 14th appearance, but this has been a tough one for the start. And there's a swing and a miss. So he strikes out the side. However, in the inning, 5 runs on 4 hits, a couple of walks, and a good bit of hitting by just a lot of guys just going with the pitch, not trying to overdo stuff. 1 in the books. Good start for Cochise. After 1, Cochise leads it 5-0. First inning for Cochise, 5 runs come across. For Central, it'll be their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Antonio Gianni, Ian Haynes, and Chris Parkin. Gianni yesterday 0 for 2. Peering in, getting his sign is Norrell. Shaw, Ryan, Feck, and Yee behind him, third to first. And a nice off-speed pitch swung on and missed by Antonio Gianni. Ready to go. Fastball, that one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Antonio. Gianni out of Cave Creek, Arizona, and presume Cactus Shadows High School. Very good baseball program. Slider outside, 2-1. Gianni hitting .317 on the season, 46 hits, 26 RBIs. He's got 11 doubles, so he has power along with a couple home runs. Mathis ready, deals, fastball right down the pipe, and the count 2-2. Tell you what, with a 5-run lead, you can afford a little bit to relax. I say a little bit, but not quite the pressure to try to make every pitch perfect for Norrell. 2-2 pitch. This one outside. 3-2. Mathis, if you just joined us, 2.49 ERA, 8-3 record. Only given up 3 home runs all season. 76 innings under his belt. 83 strikeouts, 31 walks. The big right-hander from France ready. This one hit foul. And we'll reset and try it again. And for those that have just checked in, we'll review that first inning here when we get a break. Norrell ready to go. Full count. Here it is. That one inside. He tried fastball and just did miss. So the first walk issued. Now in the first inning, Central had 3 hits. Croxford, Reed, and Ruley, and a walk that kind of ran themselves out of the inning. Gianni at first, good speed. Ian Haynes steps in, catching today, and takes, I believe, ball 1. Close pitch, didn't see the right hand come up. Haynes hitting .253 on the season. Norrell ready, squaring to bunt, and Haynes puts it down front. Pretty good bunt, only play is to first base, and Norrell will make that, so that'll be a sacrifice for Haynes. 1 out, going to second is Gianni, and here is Chris Parkin. Parkin did not play yesterday. Parkin hitting .282, 29 hits on the year, 17 RBIs, does have a home run, 6 doubles. Mathis says yes to Tyson Owens and now steps off the rubber. Parkin, a freshman, 6-foot, 200-pounder out of Vancouver, Washington. And fastball high in the count, 1-0. Well, with these teams, both of them, Central has a .327 team average. Cochise .317. No lead is safe. 1-0 the count. That one just did miss low on Parkin. And the count 2-0. Top of the order would follow. And Jacob Cruxford. Mathis, a long look in. Gets his sign from Owens. Outfield straight away. Pitch coming. That one fouled away. Right side into the shrubbery of the southwest landscape. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Second inning, Gianni walked, then Haynes sacrificed. Here's a pitch. That one fouled away, same spot. And the count now 2-2. Norrell has given up 21 earned runs on the season. Look back at second. 2-2 pitch. That one dribbled down to short. Easy play for Ken Ryan, and it's a 6-3, second out of the inning. Top of the order we go to Jacob Croxford. On the play going to third is Gianni. But I'm sure Cochise will definitely give up the advancement with a 5-0 lead to get an out here. Cruxford, a base hit single in the first inning. and then was forced out at second as Benea put down a bunt, and Norrell went to second. And a swing and a miss. Pretty good cut that time. Cruxford hitting .365, 68 hits, 34 RBIs, 13 doubles. So a guy with some power. We've seen him cover a lot of ground in the outfield. 0-1 pitch, and again, Tyson Owens, great stop. Keep that one in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second inning. 5-0 Cochise. Mathis ready to go out of Mount Pidler, France. 1-1 pitch. That one fouled away right side into the Vaquero dugout. Now keep in mind, for those that maybe haven't followed, Central won yesterday. This is a best of 3. So this is a must-win for Cochise to try to force a Game 3. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That one is hit to left field and deep. Dabrowski back, way back, and this one is gone. That's a 2-run homer for Jacob Croxford. That was a fastball, and that was a little bit too much plate. And Croxford just turned on it, and that makes it a little bit tighter here. It's now 5-2. 4th hit of the game for Central. So Gianni scores. Croxford 2 RBIs, and here is David Benea, who hit into a fielder's choice and then was out at home plate on a rundown between third and first on a base hit by Easton Ruley. 1-0 the count. Mathis says yes. And here it is. That one inside corner. I think Benea quite agreed, but tell you what, it's been, in my opinion, more of a pitcher's plate, which I think it should be, but it's been consistent. It has been consistent both ways, and that's what you can, most important thing to ask for, in my opinion. That one fouled away, 1-2 the count. Crew's done a very good job. A couple balls down the line that base umpires put themselves in a good position to make calls. 1-2 the count. Here it is. That one is hit down to short. Nice play by Ryan. Throws, gets him, and that'll be that. However, Central does come back. They do score the 2 runs. They do it on 1 hit. The big hit, the 2-run homer by Jacob Croxford. Nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Our score from Douglas, it is Cochise 5 and Central 2. This is Cochise baseball. And we are back, bottom of the 2nd. Well, I mentioned I would try to, for those who maybe are just tuning in the 1st inning for Cochise, they scored 5 runs. Francisco Laya singled, Ken Ryan walked, Tyson Owens walked, Ellison struck out, so the bases were loaded with 1 out, and then TJ Schott doubled, and then Sawyer Feck singled. Blanco singled, scoring Shaw and Feck. Top of the order as Cochise batted around. Here is Francisco. A single and has scored already. 1 for 4 yesterday. Pitch on the way. Breaking pitch for a strike in the count, 0-1. And Francisco, the good sport, shakes his head. Yep, sure was a good pitch. Second inning of work, kind of a rocky start for Jonah Hergert. Beaverton, Oregon, his hometown. Pitch on the way, that one high. And now the count, a ball and a strike. Hergert, 6'1", 180, a sophomore. Came into play with a pretty good ERA, 3.19 and 62 innings worked. 7-2 record. And the pitch, breaking pitch, that one is inside. And the count 2-1. Well, we all know Francisco can get on. He is one fast baseball player. 28 stolen bases. Pitch on the way. That one lifted to left field. Croxford back. Warning track. Wall. Touch 'em all. A solo home run for Francisco Lyon. He gets one of those 2 runs back. And that, to me, looked like a changeup that just hung up. And Francisco, perfect timing to make it now a 6-2 game. Boy, what a start for Cochise after struggling yesterday. And now maybe a warning by the we get a warning of some kind, so Todd Englehart's going to come over and address it. And you can see right now the enthusiasm of Cochise. And I can't hear exactly the conversation, but I can't be thinking of anything else that could be. Yeah, I believe that's a warning of some kind. Celebration or maybe going overboard, and you like to see, but you gotta keep your composure here. I mean, this is a crucial game. You don't want anything that shouldn't happen to happen. And a few words now from Sean Cashman, the manager of Central Arizona. So it must be a warning of some importance, obviously, as the plate umpire writing things down now. And they'll write down the inning and situation and possibly could result in a disqualification of some type. Anyway, we're ready to go again. So the home run by Francisco, his 3rd of the year. And here is Ken Ryan. 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk. A walk today and scored a run, squares to bunt, and takes outside. Ken Ryan, a great bunter, along with TJ Shaw. We have seen Ryan bunt for base hits numerous times. Off-speed pitch, a little slider action left to right, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, breaking pitch. Boy, good movement on that by Jonah Hergert. And that's probably what he's been trying to look for. And another pretty good pitch hit down to third. Park in there, throws across. 5-3 on the putout. 1 down, 2nd inning. And I was not a pitcher, but I know just from being a great baseball fan and listening to and going to a few clinics and doing a little coaching myself, having that release point, having that point when it comes off the fingers when you're throwing breaking pitches is just so important, no matter what level you're on. And yesterday you could see Colin Smith. He wanted to he was pitching quick. He was in his zone. He had all that working especially for a couple innings. He had great movement. And he was hitting all parts of the plate. He pitched great yesterday. Tough loss. And that went outside corner. Owens may not quite agree, but Tyson scored back in the 1st inning, walked. 2 for 2 yesterday with a walk outside, 2-2 the count. 6'3", 200-pounder, a freshman from Las Vegas. Hitting .371 outside. And now the count full, 3-2. I'll tell you, Hogert is throwing quite a few pitches here through just a couple of innings. That's about the fourth or fifth 3-2 count we've had. Hogert ready to go, gets his sign from Haynes. Here it is. This one fouled away. Infield of Chris Parkin, Dave Benea, Easton Rulli, and Zach Wattis, third to first. Parkin is playing a good chunk off the bag at third. Boy, he's almost at. They're definitely playing Owens to pull. 3-2 pitch, and that's upstairs. Ball four, good patience. And another walk for Owens, who has good speed. And here's Noah Ellison coming up. Ellison 0 for 1 on the day, struck out back in the first inning. Noah yesterday 2 for 4 in the game. 37 hits on the year for Noah, 37 RBIs, and this one popped up right side of the infield. Rulli tries to shield the sun, makes the catch. First ball swinging, 2 down. And TJ Shaw coming up, who just, best word I can think of, just ripped one down the line back in that first inning with the bases loaded and got a couple RBIs. It was a fastball, and he just tore into it. That one high. Nice play by Ian Haynes to keep that one from going to the backstop. We don't have the meter for the velocity off the bat, but boy, it was up there, I'm sure. Runner from first goes, pitches high, throw down to second is not in time. Head first dive that time by Owens, and that's a stolen base. And Owens had a pretty good jump, but a very good throw by Haynes. That was bang, bang down there. And Shaw with an opportunity to pick up another RBI here. So TJ with the 2 RBIs in the first inning now has 36. 2-0 the count, good hitters count. And again, Shaw, very good contact hitter, does not swing at bad pitches. Look back at second. Jonah deals, and that one catches the letters. Outside part of the plate. Good location. 2-1 the count now with 2 outs. 6 runs, 5 hits now for Cochise. Pitch on the way. That one a little bit low. And the count now 3-1. On deck you'd have Sawyer Feck, who singled in the first inning. Hogert peers in. Set at the belt. Quick look back at second. And now we've got a clock violation. Well, we had one of those yesterday. And that means that Shaw will walk and put runners at first and second. Well, he kept looking back and just a wee bit too long. And here is Sawyer Feck, who is 1 for 1 with a single. Opportunity for RBIs here, and the off speed is outside corner. Sawyer checks in with a .314 batting average. 52 hits, 36 RBIs, 5 doubles, good speed, good contact hitter. A look back at second. They're not holding the runner at first. Pitch on the way. That one hits the outside corner. So, boy, he has painted that corner twice here. 6-2 on 5 hits. 6 runs, 5 hits for Cochise. Hogert ready, gets his sign. Here it is. That one high, and the count 1-2. Well, behind him, Parkin guards the line. Benea, the shortstop, playing some cat and mouse down at second with Owens. Let's see if Feck can punch one through. They throw back to second, and nice play by Manea to keep that one from going into left center. The throw was on the shortstop side. Long look in. Here's a pitch. That one popped foul down the third baseline out of play. And they count 1-2. 2 down. 6-2 our score, second inning. And yes, it's the same team that yesterday could only get a couple runs. Where they're out hitting the ball today. 1-2 the count. This one is a little flare, and it's going to go untouched. Parkin will give chase, but he's going to run out of real estate down there. Pretty good crowd on hand. Central located a couple hours away, about midway between Tucson and Phoenix, right outside of Casa Grande. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hergert ready to go. He deals. And that's an, check swing, and that rolls right down to Parkin, who steps on third, and that will be that. So that'll be 5 unassisted. Just a little, he kind of one of those where he was starting to go and thought no, and then he had to extend and just rolled it down to Parkin, who made the play. However, in the inning, another run for Cochise on the solo home run by Francisco Laya, his 3rd of the season, and it couldn't have come at a more opportune time. So 2 in the books from Douglas, our score in this semifinal elimination game for Cochise. It's Cochise 6, Central Arizona 2. This is Cochise Baseball. College elimination game for the Apaches. So far, though, so good as a lead 6-2. It'll be Tyree Reed, Easton Ruley, and Zach Wattis. That's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the lineup of Sean Cashman. Tyree base hit single back in the first inning, 2 for 4 yesterday. Mathis ready to go. He deals, and that's a slider for a strike. Good left to right action there. Sinking as it goes. Reed, a .338 hitter with 22 hits on the year, 11 RBIs. Pitch coming. That one swung on and foul tip. That's off the glove of Tyson Owens. You just tuned in defensively. The outfield, same as yesterday, Dabrowski, Laya, and Blanco. And the same infield, Shaw, Ryan, Feck, and Yee, with Tyson Owens behind the plate. Norrell gets his sign. Here it is. Fastball, missed outside. Tried to nibble that outside corner. And again, the luxury, you get ahead of the hitter in the count. You can throw 1 or 2 off the plate and see if you can get a batter to bite. 1-2 pitch. That one he hit down to first. Yee there. Good bounce. And 3 unassisted. 1 out. Well, that's the one thing I've noticed about the artificial turf, at least here, that it's pretty true all the hops. And I mentioned as a roller, if a roller goes down the third base line, it usually just stays straight and fair. Where you have real grass and real dirt, It doesn't always do that. Pitch on the way. This one hit down the line. And Easton Ruley, first ball swinging, is headed to second base. A throw to second is not going to get him. And he gets away, but backed up by Blanco in the right field. And that'll be a double for Easton Ruley. Boy, first pitch, fastball, and boy, he just hit it right down the line. It's hard to get it by T.J. Shaw, but there was no chance on that one. Dabrowski did a pretty good job getting to it, made a good throw. Just a little bit where Ryan couldn't quite get a glove on it, but backed up well. Fastball outside. Zach Wattis, a walk back in the first inning. 1 for 4 yesterday, but he had that big hit in the 9th inning. He singled and Max Stagg hit the home run. Mathis says yes. Look back at second. Here it is. And this one hit foul. That'll be out of play in the count 1-1 with 1 out. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Cochise. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Central. And yesterday was an errorless game. It was good, clean baseball yesterday. Mathis gets his sign. And here it is. That one swung on and missed. And that was a nice sinking. Looked like a bit of a slider as it broke, and it sank. So ahead of Wattis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another quick look back at Ruley. Ruley goes, and this one is punched to center field. And Francisco will make the catch, and retreating back is Ruley, who was running on the pitch. So that one hung up. I thought maybe it would sink, but it stayed up, and Francisco ran in a few steps, made the catch, 2 down. And here is Max Stagg, who grounded out to Andrew Yee back in the first inning. Yep, 2 for 4 yesterday with that big 2-run homer in the 9th inning. Mathis ready. Runner goes. Fastball and no throw. Boy, really just stole that one. Great jump and nothing that Owens could do. 2 down. And there's a fastball popped up right side. A trio of Apaches, and it will be Sawyer Feck who makes the catch amongst Yee and Blanco. Good communication down there, and that'll be that. In inning number 3 for Central, there were no runs. They did have the one hit, the double by Ruley. They strand one. No errors in the inning. Again, that has been a theme both ways. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning from Douglas. Our score remains Cochise 6, Central Arizona 2. This is Cochise Baseball. Third inning coming up. It'll be Andrew Yee, Kevin Blanco, and Francisco Alaya. That's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the lineup of Todd Engelhart in year number 18 here at Cochise. Andrew 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. 0 for 4 yesterday, 268 batting average, 44 That's 41 RBIs, and 21 of those are doubles. So, guy that has some power. First pitch is ball one by Jonah Hergert, who begins his third inning of work. Fastball inside, and the count 2-0. Now behind him, Parkin, Benea, Rulli, and Wattis third to first. Cruxford, Gianni, Stagg left to right in the outfield, and Ian Haynes part of the battery today doing the catching. There's another fastball, 3-0. He a very patient hitter. Andrew, the freshman, 6 foot 205 out of Yuma. Pitch coming up, and that one misses low. Very good patience by Yee, and don't have the pitch count. I should have, but I don't, on Jonah Hergert. But he has started to quite a few pitches so far. And here's Kevin Blanco. Boy, Kevin yesterday, a couple of great sacrifices. 1 for 1 yesterday. 2 sacrifices, base hit, and a walk. 1-0. That's right on the inside part of the plate. And the count 1-1. Francisco Kevin kind of grins and looks back. And he made a tremendous throw in that second inning yesterday to nail a runner at third base coming from first. This one is popped up. On the right side, Stagg comes in, and drops the baseball of all things. They'll throw to second, and they'll throw it. It'll bounce up, and that is going to be an error. And now going to third, and the runner is out at third, and I'm not quite so sure why Andrew Yee was headed to third. And under the heading of wacky plays, that'll make the cover. Blanco will be on at first on the air by Stagg. Well, Stagg came a long way, but was under it, completely under it, and just dropped the baseball. And bunting, and a pretty good bunt, but it goes foul, is Dabrowski. Alex had a sac fly yesterday, 0 for 2 with the sac fly, 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. So the ball was put up. Stagg dropped the baseball. And, of course, he had to wait. I mean, that's all he could do. That should have been caught. And when the ball was dropped, he had to go. Well, he was, 25 feet from the bag, but the throw to Benea bounced up there, and he couldn't hold on to it. And they throw to first and back again. On all fours is Blanco. So Yee would be out 6-5. So the ball bounced up. It didn't look like it got very far away. And then Yee tried to get to third and was thrown out easily. And maybe he thought that Parkin, the third baseman, that he could run and get back to the bag before Parkin did, who was over there maybe trying to back up a throw or what have you. Pitch on the way. That one, check swing for a foul ball. 1-2 the count. Yeah, because that ball didn't get that far away. But good hustle by Yee, and that's probably what he was thinking. 1-2 pitch, that is swung on and missed. And nice sinking fastball that time by Hergert. Good movement on it. You could see that from here, and down goes Dabrowski. Top of the order we go to Francisco Laya. Francisco having a great day so far, 2 for 2. A single, scored a run, and hit the home run. His third of the year. Hergert ready to go. Boy, big jump that time, and Blanco easily at second base. Believe they were holding him on. He just had a great jump. So a stolen base, so in scoring position for a .330 hitter. a guy that's got 62 hits on the year. And the pitch. And that one misses outside. 2-0. The thing about Francisco, amongst other things that makes him such a good player, he can hit the ball to all fields. 2-0. That one hit down to third. It stays fair. No, they call it foul. From here, it looked fairly close. They call it foul. And we'll reset and try it again. 2-1 the count. 2 down. 6-2. Cochise leads. Blanco at second. Hergert gets his sign, a look back. He deals. And this one is hit to left center. Is it going to drop? It does. In between a trio of vaqueros. So a seeing eye single. And Laya has his third hit of the game. And scoring is Kevin Blanco and an RBI for Francisco. And nothing Croxford, Gianni, or Benea, the shortstop, could do but just watch it drop amongst them all. So everything so far going the way of the Apaches. And here is Ken Ryan. Ryan 0 for 1 with a walk, scored a run back in the first inning. 1 for 3 with a walk yesterday and takes outside, ball 1. Kenny, 369 hitter, 10 doubles, 3 home runs. Trying to get his 60th hit of the season. Fastball outside corner, and the count 1-1. So a good bit of hitting by Francisco. And there you go, a guy that just made the opportunity. Just decided to go with the pitch and didn't try to overpower it. Just place it somewhere. And that one on the toss to try to get the pickoff goes into right field. And let's see. Francisco rounds second to third, and he will stay put 90 feet away. So not a very good pickoff throw by Hergert. He threw that really into what would be dirt if we had dirt here. No chance for Wattis. And a good job by Max Stagg, the right fielder, to back that one up and get it in. So a chance here for Ken to get another RBI and run in for Cochise, leading now 7-2. Breaking pitch stays high, and the count is 2-1. Tyson Owens would follow. So in the inning, a walk, the error, the strikeout, the single, and the error moves Francisco to third. Pitch on the way, that one low, and the count 3-1. This is a good hitter's count. Ryan, very patient hitter, but anything close, he'll be swinging. And that one, boy, that's a great pitch. That was a breaking pitch right on the inside part of the plate. That one really hard to extend your arms on. Great pitch by Hergert. 3-2, here it is. And that one is hit hard to left field. It's slicing away, but Croxford runs it down. Nice play by Jacob Croxford to prevent another run. So Kenny hit it hard, and it was starting to slice away from Croxford. But nice job by Croxford. Got a really good jump on the ball, did Jacob Croxford, and that will do it. However, another run, another unearned run on the air, and Francisco Laya, another single. Boy, Francisco 3 for 3 today. So in the third inning, another run comes across. We've played three complete innings from Douglas. Our score now, it is Cochise 7 and Central Arizona 2. This is Cochise Baseball. And the fourth inning upon us. Well, comparisons are kind of fun sometimes. Yesterday, the first 3 innings took about 43 minutes to complete. Today, the first 3 innings have taken about an hour and 12 minutes. Yesterday's line score: Central 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Cochise 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Winner of this series will play the winner of the Southern Nevada Yavapai series. First pitch is a strike-breaking pitch to Antonio Gianni. Then Ian Haynes, Chris Parkin, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the fourth inning. Mathis is scattered 5 hits. This one hit wide of third and foul. And we'll reset and try it again. Well, in the other semifinal series going on yesterday, Southern Nevada won that game 13-8. 13 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for Southern Nevada. Yavapai, 8 runs, 14 hits, and 2 errors. And they are playing as we speak. Cochise, of course, needs to win today to force Game 3 tomorrow. All right, Mathis Norrell. 8-3 record, 2.49 ERA. And this one is hit wide of second by the diving Sawyer Feck. And that is a base hit for Gianni. So Gianni on base both times today. He walked and scored one of the 2 Central runs. He scored on the home run by Croxford. And here is Ian Haynes, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. Mathis ready. Fastball just missed inside. There's some good velocity on that pitch. Ian out of Buckeye, Arizona, west part of the valley. Freshman, 5'10", 190. Runner goes and the ball gets away from Owens. Owens, I think, was starting to want to backhand and throw, and maybe just for a split second took his eye off it, but that would have been a stolen base all the way. Tell Gianni, great speed. So a chance for Haynes to pick up an RBI here with Parkin to follow. Norrell looks back at second. Gets his sign, runner goes, throw down to third is high, and that'll be another stolen base. So 2 stolen bases, and Antonio Gianni boy, 2 great jumps. And it wasn't like Cochise forgot about him. Ryan was fairly close, trying to hold him on. And this a little dribbler down to third. They'll go to first for the out. They throw low, and it gets away from Yee. And going into second is Haynes. And that'll be an error, a 2-base error. That'll be E5. Well, the ball was hit to TJ, and TJ just for maybe a split second thought about going home, and then really did the right thing. He threw to first and just uncharacteristic, just threw it low and away from Andrew. And by the time that Blanco can back up and get it back in, Haynes is at second. So Gianni will score his second run of the afternoon. And here is Chris Parkin, who is 0 for 1. Grounded out to short, did not play yesterday. And the pitch, that one breaking ball for a strike, and the count 0-1. Parkin, a .282 hitter, 29 hits, 17 RBIs, 6 doubles, and does have a home run. Nobody out. 7-3 our score now. Both teams with 6 hits. Mathis steps off the rubber, now comes back, peers in. Set at the belt. Quick look back. Here's a pitch. That one right side, fly ball. It's going to stay up for Blanco, makes the catch. and no advancement. So a nice job by Blanco. You can see a little bit of battling the sun there as it gets later in the day. One down. And we go to the top of the order in the very dangerous Jacob Croxford. Croxford 2 for 2 on the day, a single and the home run. He hit that over the 385 sign in left center field. Dabrowski deep, the left fielder on the warning track. Francisco in center deep. And now they throw back, just kind of a little toss to second base. So 1 run in so far here in the 4th inning. Now a 7-3 game. Again, if you just tuned in and haven't been following, this is an elimination game for Cochise. Central leads the series 1-0, best of 3. And there's a check swing he committed, and the count 0-1. And when Mathis really is feeling it and has that good release point on those breaking pitches, well, you can see the movement. And that one, good movement. It stayed right in the zone. Tough for a batter to adjust. Look back at second, and this one is punched to left field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run, and Dabrowski will get it back into second. But that'll be another RBI for Jacob Croxford. So if you're scoring at home, Haynes will score from second base. Dabrowski playing deep, got the ball on a couple hops. And here's David Benea. David on the day, grounded out to the shortstop, got on by a fielder's choice, and then was thrown out at third trying to decide whether to stay at third or come home. And Todd Engelhart to the mound, and I think that's going to be it for Mathis Norell. So here in the 4th inning, we're going to have a pitching change. And give credit to Central. Good bit of hitting by Croxford. And we'll take a quick break. This is Cochise Baseball. As we come back, a new pitcher for Cochise. Alejandro Venegas will come in, 5.19 ERA. 60 pitches or 60 innings pitched under his belt, an 8-3 record. 15th appearance. He has been one of the starters for Cochise. 50 strikeouts, 20 walks, very good walk to strikeout ratio. Well, here is David Benea. Over at first is Croxford, who has had a very good day at the plate. And a little throw over there to start. Venegas, a sophomore, 6'1", 175 out of San Luis High School, just outside of Yuma. Venegas ready to go. He deals fastball or a strike. Venegas, good velocity, Good fastball, command. Has a pretty good curveball, and he'll throw that slider. Another little easy toss to first. Boy, a big situation here. Everything's big when you're in an elimination game. Venegas peers in, gets his sign. This one foul back. Fastball, pretty good cut that time by David Benea. 348 hitter with 55 hits on the year now. 30 RBIs, a couple home runs. Well, a lot of these guys have power on this Central team. They have collectively hit 44 home runs. Benea had a good swing, count 0-2. So Venegas comes in, gets ahead of the batter, which is key for a reliever. 1 out in the inning. Another easy toss over to first. Croxford at first. 2 runs have already scored here in the 4th inning. Now a 7-4 game in favor of Cochise. Alejandro gets his sign. He deals. Breaking pitch just outside. Didn't miss by much. And the count now 1-2. Dabrowski fairly deep in left. The same for Laya. Straight away, both guys. Blanco more shallow in right. And that one misses outside. 2-2. Tried to paint that corner. And it was off the plate. Tyree Reed would follow. Venegas says yes. And the pitch. That one hit down to second. Bobbled, throw to second is in time. Nice job by Sawyer Feck to keep his composure. It was hit hard, and he put his chest right there to make sure it wasn't going to go anywhere if he didn't get it. Nice job, good fundamental. Baseball, Ryan there to get the 4-6 put out. So, important to get that lead runner. So Benea, his second fielder's choice of the game. And here is Tyree Reed, 1 for 2 today. Had a single and grounded out TE unassisted back in the 3rd inning. 2 for 4 yesterday. Hits this one, slow ball down to second. And Feck will go to first for the out, and that will be that. So first ball swinging, Reed erased for 3. In the 4th inning for Central, the Vaqueros do pick up a couple of runs. They do it on a couple of hits. There was an error, and they do strand one. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning from Cochise. Our score, it is Cochise 7, Central Arizona 4. This is Cochise Baseball. Bottom of the 4th inning. It has joined us 7 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Cochise. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for Central Arizona. For Cochise in the 4th inning, it'll be Owens, Allison, and Shaw. That's the 3, 4, and 5 spots. Tyson on the day, a couple of walks, scored a run in the 1st inning. Cochise scored 5 runs in that 1st inning. Noah yesterday, 2 for 2 with a couple of walks and a big cut. And Allison with a lot of pop on that bat. 5 home runs on the year, 316 batting average, 37 hits. And this one right down the pipe about knee high. And Owens will step out of the box. Boy, good pitch by Hergert there. And he is battled. This one is a little roller first base way. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it's not, and we'll reset and try it again. Boy, Jonah had a tough first inning, and then he gave up the home run to Francisco, but he's settled down some. In that first inning, he gave up 4 hits, 1 double, and a couple of walks. Hergert ready to go, gets his sign. Here it is. This one hit, same spot. And the count now 0-2. Pitch coming. That one a little roller to second base. Good hop for Rulli. Throws, gets him. 4-3 on the putout. 1 out here in the 4th. Here's Noah Allison. Noah 0 for 2 today. Yesterday, Noah 2 for 4. And scored both runs, if memory serves me. Well, yesterday, 4 sacrifices successful by Cochise. And 2 of those, 3 of those, directly to the 2 runs they scored. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 with shot to follow. Fastball, high and away, and count now 1 ball, 1 strike. As mentioned, the winner of this series would play Southern Nevada or Yavapai. And this one is hit up to the right field. You can see the glare on the glasses of Max Stagg and makes the catch. Wind is picked up just a little, but not too significant. Anywhere between 6 and 8 miles an hour, which doesn't affect a whole lot of things, but we've seen the wind here do cause a lot of adjustments in the past. Pitch on the way, breaking ball outside, ball 1, 1-0. TJ Shaw, a double in that first inning, hits one hard down to Parkin, steps, throws, and gets him. So a very easy, there haven't been too many, but a very easy 1-2-3 4th inning for Jonah Hergert. 4 in the books from Douglas. Our score, Cochise 7, Central Arizona 4. This is Cochise Baseball. And we are back for the 5th inning. It'll be Easton Rulli, Zach Wattis, and Max Stagg. That's the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Easton Rulli having a very good day. 2 for 2. Couple stolen bases. Yesterday, a couple of hits also. Fastball, that's outside. On for his second inning of work in relief is Alejandro Venegas, the native of San Luis, Arizona, right outside of Yuma. Big curveball for a strike, and the count 1-1. Really a dangerous hitter, 363 average. 49 RBIs, 57 hits. This one fouled away right side, and the count 1-2 now. Really came into play with 18 stolen bases. That misses outside on the fastball. It was off the plate. You could hear the moan and groans. We're right behind it. Good location. The 0-1 set up a little bit outside. Dabrowski, Laya, Blanco, left to right in the outfield, pretty much straight away. This one fouled away, so really in a battle with Venegas, Shaw, Ryan, Feck, and Yee. Third to first. Venegas working pretty quickly. Here it is. And staying alive is Ruley. That was way off the plate. You can tell the great bat control that Ruley has. Venegas gets his sign. He's ready to go. And that one popped up right side, and that'll be out of play into the afternoon. Two and two. Venegas ready. Says yes. He deals, and once again, another foul ball on that one. Kind of gets guys stirring over there in that central dugout. That was a shot over there that just hit a little bit below. There's a protective railing, and that one hit right on it. So really very good contact hitter, as we've seen. 2 and 2. And this one, he punches it to right center, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Blanco picks it up. Ruley on his horse. He's going to go to third. The throw to third is not going to be in time, and it's going to be a leadoff triple for Easton Ruley. Well, Ruley had fouled about 3 or 4 balls that direction, and the fastball was on the outside part, and he just kind of went that way with it. And again, a good bit of hitting. And here is Zach Wattis, 0 for 1 with a walk today, 1 for 4 yesterday. But as mentioned, the one that hit was huge in the 9th inning. Pitch on the way outside, ball 1-0. Well, the infield back, they would, with a 3-run lead, give up the run to stay out of a big inning and get some outs here. Off speed is outside, and the count 2-0. So Alejandro needs to get in the zone here, the strike zone. 2-0 pitch. That one is hit hard to center field. Francisco comes in. He's going to have to play it on a hop. And Francisco probably was thinking, do I dive or just keep it in front of me? That was one of those, man, rocking a hard places when you're an outfielder. And that'll be a base hit. And that will score Ruley to now make it a 7-5 game. And here is Max Stagg, who on one swing yesterday had the winning home run for Central Arizona, a 2-run shot. And that's a breaking pitch right on the letters. Nice and high and good location. So Wattis, another RBI. And Alejandro throws over there. Venegas, a 5.19 ERA. And has started quite a few games. One of the main starters, and this one is hit up the middle. Another base hit right in front of Francisco. That's just a good bit of hitting. Again, just kind of going with the pitch, not trying to overhit it. And now runners at first and second. And the Coyotes here, that when it's an elimination game, everything gets tighter as the game goes. And here is Antonio Gianni, who has scored 2 runs today, stolen a couple bases, and Todd Engelhart going out to the mound. And we'll see what the situation with Alejandro is. I was thinking perhaps, well, depending on how the start for Mathis Norell went, that if Cochise won the game, Venegas could be tomorrow's starting pitcher in the game 3, but that obviously will not be the case. So 10 hits now for Central. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. Cochise hanging on, 7 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And here is Antonio Gianni. Infield double play depth. Shaw guards the line at third. Alejandro, a look back at second. He deals, and it's a bunt. And it goes up into the air and harmlessly into the backstop. And the count 0-1. Ian Haynes would follow. We're in the 5th inning. 1 run in already. The big blow, the triple by Easton Ruley, and then 2 consecutive singles, first and second, nobody out. Venegas looks in. Here it is. It's a bunt, and it's a pretty good bunt. The only play is going to be to first base. They'll have to hurry. They get it, and that'll move the tying runs into position. So a very good bunt. And Shaw's only play was to first. And now runners at second and third. Haynes a sacrifice and got on by an error. Middle infield deep, and a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Boy, good movement that time by Alejandro. Wattis at third, Stagg at second, 1 out. Ryan and Feck both deep in the infield. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Good movement. And boy, if there's ever a time that Alejandro Venegas could use a strikeout, it would be right now. Shaw on the edge of the grass. He could come home. Pitch on the way. Misses outside. Owens tries to frame a little bit. Boy, Tyson's done a good job behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5th inning, 2-run lead for Cochise. And that one low. Nice stop by Owens, and the count 2-2. Wattis at third, Stagg at second. Gianni, credit for the sacrifice. Ian Haynes, the hitter. And that is strike 3 called. Boy, beautiful pitch, breaking ball. And that froze Haynes. So the first strikeout for Venegas. And now the number 9 hitter, Chris Parkin, who was 0 for 2. Parkin playing third base this afternoon. Comes in with a .282 batting average, 29 hits, 17 RBIs, 6 doubles. Here's a pitch. That one is hit into left field, base hit. And I think that's probably going to score 2. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the game is tied. So Chris Parkin, who did not play yesterday, has made the most of his opportunity here today. And Central has come all the way back. Well, I mentioned earlier with these teams, both very good hitting teams, no lead is safe. Well, case in point. Top of the order, Jacob Croxford. A single, a home run, and another single. 3 for 3 after going 0 for 4 yesterday. Venegas ready to go, and that one is hit to left field. Dabrowski comes in, makes the catch. But the damage done. Hit it hard, but Dabrowski in the right spot. However, in the inning, there were 4 hits, 3 singles, a triple, no errors, 1 stranded. Brand new game. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning in Douglas. Our score now, Cochise 7, Central Arizona 7. This is Cochise Baseball. Bottom of the 5th. Tie ball game at 7. And give Central credit, just some very good hitting. For Cochise, it'll be Sawyer Feck, Andrew Yee, Kevin Blanco. That's a 6, 7, and 8 for Cochise. Sawyer, a base hit single back in the 1st inning, scored a run. And popped out to third baseman Chris Parkin. Sawyer a .319 average. Ground ball to second. Ruley comes in and makes the play. And Sawyer has great speed. Made it close at first. 1 down. And here is Andrew Yee. Yee struck out and walked. 0 for 4 today, or yesterday, I should say, with a .268 average. Fastball low and outside, and the count is 1-0. Kevin Blanco would follow. Hergert ready, and this one hit foul, wide of third, and out of play. So Jonah Hergert is really settled down. Gets his sign. 1-1 pitch. This one is a rocket, just foul down the line at third. And the count is 1-2. Harkin, Benea, Ruley, and Wattis third to first behind Hergert, who gets a sign. Here it is. This one is hit to right field, base hit. He went the other way, and Andrew Yee, nice job of going to the other field. And for Cochise, that is hit number 7. And here comes Kevin Blanco with Alex Dabrowski to follow. Kevin a single, also got on by the ear by Max Stagg on that fly ball he dropped. And this one low off speed. The count 1-0 on deck. As mentioned, Dabrowski, then the top of the order. Yesterday, Kevin, a couple of great sacrifices. Went with 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. That one outside. 2-0 now. Yeah, let's see if Kevin maybe takes one here. Hergert is throwing quite a few pitches. I would say maybe 75 or so. That one in the dirt, 3-0. Had a lot of 3-2 counts early. And a couple of walks, but has really settled down. 3-0 the count. E with great speed at first. And the pitch, that one is outside, ball 4. And Kevin Blanco draws a walk. And here is friends, other Alex Dabrowski, I should say. Dabrowski yesterday had that sac fly to drive in a run. A 365 hitter, 42 hits on the year. 8 doubles, and has a home run. Hergert peers back at second, gets his sign from Haynes, and here it is. Just one breaking pitch for a strike, and the count 0-1. Boy, but that thing dropped like lead. A good movement on it. And they're not holding Blanco at first. Anything in the gap would probably score 2. 0-1 pitch, and that one is hit towards the middle, slow roller, and it gets under the glove of Benea. And coming to the plate and scoring will be Andrew Yee. Well, it was a slow roller, and Benea, all I can think of, took his eye off the ball to see where his play might be and where that runner from first was coming when he was probably thinking double play. So that'll be an error on Benea. And he makes it now an 8-7 game as he scores. Kevin Blanco goes over to third. And here's Francisco. 3 for 3 with a home run today. And that's a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. And you could see Francisco kind of shaking his head like he's done before. Hey, I'll get the next one. Dabrowski, good speed at first. Would they send him? Let's see. 0-1 the count. The pitch. And that one fouled away. They did send him. And now Francisco down in the count, 0-2. So the third error against Central. Hergert looks over at third. Runner goes. This one hit down to second. A slow roller. That'll score the run. And that'll be an RBI for Francisco. 4-3 on the putout. Blanco scores from third. Dabrowski goes to second. Dabrowski had a great jump. He was going all the way, so no chance for a double play. And here's Ken Ryan. A walk, a ground out, and a fly out to left field. 9-7 now our score. 8 hits for Cochise. Here's a pitch. That one outside and high to Ken. Ryan checked in with a 369 average. 59 hits on the year. And that one's outside. Little off speed. And the count 2-0 now. On deck, you've got Owens and then Allison to follow. All these guys with power here. Jonah Hergert, the sophomore from Beaverton, Oregon. A look back at second. Here's a pitch. That one high and outside. 3-0 now, and I would imagine that Ken's going to let at least one of these take one, maybe even 2. Ryan, a very, very good contact hitter. 3-0 the count. Here's a pitch. This one is hit hard to left field. Cruxford back, away back. Warning track, Wallace off the wall. And that will score 1, and that'll be a stand-up double for Ken Ryan. A good bit of hitting. So 3 runs in the inning. The error, the big play. And Ryan just did miss a home run. It hit off maybe another foot or two. It would have cleared the fence. And here is Tyson Owens. So Kenny, his 39th RBI of the year, and this one is hit down to second. Easy hop for Rulli, throws and gets him. However, the Apaches answer back. They score 3 times, 2 hits, the big error. They strand one. 5 in the books from Douglas. And moral of the story, score any way you can. An elimination game from Cochise. They score 3 in that 5th inning. We head to the 6th. Our score, it's Cochise 10, Central Arizona 7. This is Cochise baseball. Inning, here we are. David Benea, then Tyree Reed, Easton Rulli, the 2, 3, and 4 spot for Central Arizona. Alejandro Venegas in his 3rd inning of work has a 1 strikeout. And boy, good off-speed pitch. Did he go? He did. Benea on the day got on a fielder's choice, grounded out to short, and then got on again on a fielder's choice. 0-1 pitch. That one lifted to right field. Let's see if it hangs up. It's going to be over the head of Blanco, and it's going to bounce over the fence. And I can only go into what Kevin was thinking. I didn't think it was going to be carry that far, but it did. And it was well over Blanco's head. At first off the bat, I thought it would not go as far as it did, but it carried and bounce over the 385 sign, or the 365 sign, I should say. So a leadoff double. And here is Tyree Reed, the designated hitter, 1 for 3 on the day. Alejandro ready, he deals. This one check swing, did he go? He did on a breaking pitch. Tyree, the sophomore, 6'3", 205 out of Vallejo, up in the Bay Area. Venegas goes over the signs. Look back at second. Here it is. That one low. Nice stop by Owens. Well, everything gets tight in an elimination game. Alejandro ready. Quick look back at second. And now deals. He tries the outside corner, misses in the count, now 2-1. On deck would be Easton Rulli. And Rulli, Wattis, and Stagg have been very tough people to try to get out. The pitch. This one dribbled foul into the CAC dugout. And the count now evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top of the 6th inning in a 10-7 game in which Cochise leads. Central with 12 hits so far. The pitch. That one hit down to second. Easy play there, and Feck will shovel to Yee for 1 out. On the play, Benea will go to third. Right now, if you're Cochise, you're thinking outs with a 3-run lead. And Easton Rulli has been a thorn in the side of Cochise. A single, a double, and a triple. And he has scored a run with a couple of stolen bases. Boy, what else can you do for an encore? What a day. That one is inside breaking pitch. Rulli hitting .363. 60 hits on the year now and 50 RBIs. And boy, a curveball that time, and it caught the knees. Boy, what a pitch. That's almost very difficult to try to turn on. We've seen Rulli hit to all fields. Pitch on the way. That one, did he go? Strike two right at the knees. Whether he went or not was a moot point. Thought he checked his swing, but right in that strike zone. 1-2 the count. Venegas says yes to Owens. A quick look over at Benet at third, and this one in the dirt. Did he go? They say no. He did not. Nope. Good job by Rulli to check his swing, and a good job by Owens to keep it in front of him. The Cochise catcher. Venegas says yes, here it is. This one low, and 3-2 the count now. Of course, if you're a relief pitcher coming in, big spot, one thing you try not to do is walk people. Easier said than done. 3-2 pitch. That curveball just missed inside. And Owens held it there, but didn't get the call. And now runners at the corners. And Zach Wattis comes up. 1 for 3 today. Hit the ball hard to center for an out, and then singled, scored a run. He represents the tying run right now. Off speed is low, and the count is 1-0. Dabrowski, the left fielder, almost on the warning track. Francisco, fairly deep in center. The same for Kevin Blanco, straightaway right. They throw to first and low, and Andrew picks it off the dirt. Wonder if they would send Wattis here, or rather Rulli on the pitch. With his speed, he is always a threat. 18. Now he has 20, counting the 2 today, stolen bases. And this one is hit up in the air. It should be playable. Francisco will make the catch, and the play will, well, they're going to throw all the way at home, and that play a lot closer than I thought. And they got him at the plate. Oh, my. I can't believe it. I thought that was plenty deep enough. And Francisco Lea threw a strike. And I'll tell you what, Owens made a great tag because it was a great slide by Benea. And out to discuss the situation is Sean Cashman. And evidently, as the umpire noted, that when he was coming in, Owens reached back and caught him in the leg. And again, you don't have replay, but wow. Oh, my. We've seen Francisco run balls down. We have seen him steal bases. We've seen him hit home runs. We've seen him get hits. The complete player. But when you make a throw like that from where he made it in a situation like this, you're big time. In the inning, no runs across. They did have the double. Wattis hit it hard, but Francisco with a great throw. Bottom of the 6th coming up. What more can we do for an encore? Cochise leads it 10-7. All right, we are headed to the bottom of inning number 6. Well, I've been around baseball a long time. I've broadcasted my share of games and played and coached and did some things, but I tell you what, that's one of the best throws I have ever seen from center field on the fly. Boy, I hope we have that on tape. My goodness. Here's Noah Ellison. He takes a fastball inside and the count 1-1. It'll be Allison, Shaw, and Feck. That's the 4, 5, and 6. And there aren't enough runs you can score today. Either way, check swing he went, and the count 1-2. Beautiful pitch by Jonah Hergert, Beaverton, Oregon, the sophomore, and he's really settled down and done a nice job. Pitch on the way, breaking pitch. That's a beautiful pitch, and that froze Alice on the inside part of the plate. And Noah just shaking his head like, what could I do? Well, the answer is just tap the cap to Hergert. Boy, great movement on that one. Fastball low to TJ Shaw. TJ a double, scored a run, walked, grounded out to third. Pitch coming, and that's outside. TJ out of Henderson, Las Vegas area, the freshman. Had a great season, both with the bat and defensively. That one low. And the count now 3-0, so Shaw will take one at least, and then we'll see Sawyer Feck come up. Hergert says yes to Haynes. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, ball 4. Second walk of the game for TJ Shaw. And that is walk, I believe, number 5. Make it 6 on the day, I believe, for Jonah Hergert as I quickly go through my scorecard. Sawyer Feck singled, scored a run back in the first inning, and then popped out to third and grounded out unassisted to first and takes ball 1, 1-0. Feck hitting .319 coming into play. Fastball outside. And really, I've said a lot of these guys are just very disciplined. They don't swing at bad pitches. And that really includes Sawyer Feck, Andrew Yee, who's on deck, Shaw, who just batted. That's way outside, 3-0. So he'll take one and try to put Shaw in scoring position. Both Shaw and Feck, great speed on the bases. Sawyer from Alberta, Calgary, up north in hockey country. NHL playoffs going on as we speak. Infield still of Parkin, Benea, Rulli, and Wattis. Croxford, Gianni, and Stagg in the outfield. Hergert gets his sign. This one at the knees on the inside part of the plate, and the count 3-1. Yeah, you wonder if they might send TJ on the pitch here. 3-1 pitch. Here it is. This one right down the pipe, and the count 3-2. With Yee to follow. Bottom of the 6. 10-7. Runner goes. That one fouled away. And right on cue, TJ Shaw running on the pitch. Ten runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Cochise. 7, 12, and 2 for Central. And the fastball upstairs, ball 4. So now runners at first and second. And here is Andrew Yee. Then we would see Kevin Blanco. He checked in with a .268 average. singled back in the 5th inning, scored a run. Hergert, sign from Haynes, look back at second, not holding the runner at first, pitch on the way, breaking pitch. Boy, almost a nice curveball. That's kind of one of those top to bottom sinking pitches versus a left to right. You might see with a slider. Boy, good drop on it. Good location. 0-1 pitch coming. Here it is. Out one inside part of the plate, much to the disgray of Yee. But in all honesty, that's been pretty much a strike all game. Both ways. Consistency. Pitch on the way. That one hit where they ain't. A big hole in the infield. That's going to, let's see, they're going to put the brakes on Shaw, and that's going to load him up. So the second baseman really was playing more towards second base. I mean, towards the actual base. And he had that gap, and just punching it was Andrew Yee. And now Shaw at third, Beck at second, Yee at first. You've got great speed on the bases. And here is Kevin Blanco, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Kevin on the day got on by an error, singled, walked. He has scored 2 runs. Pitch on the way. That's a slider that stays outside. And let's see the infield, the corners parking up. Wattis, the first baseman, up. That's high. 2-0 now. The middle infield, Benea and Rulli, are in double play depth. They are back on the outfield edge of the grass. Let's see if Blanco takes one here. 2-0, and that is an off-speed strike right down the pipe, and the count 2-1. So, boy, just get maybe another run here. Punch it, fly ball, and that nearly hit him. Fastball inside, 3-1, and believe me, that's the last thing what Jonah Hergert would want to do is hit somebody here. No intention whatsoever. That one just got away. 3-1 pitch coming, bases loaded, nowhere to put anybody. And this one is hit down the right field line. It's hooking foul. Oh, by about 3 feet. Max Stagg came a long way and almost enough to make the play, but fell about a foot away from him. And about 3 feet in foul territory. So we'll reset. Everybody will get back. Dark uniforms at every base. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. 3-run lead for Cochise in this elimination game. Hergert ready. He deals. And that one is fisted to left center. And it's going to drop. Crockstert diving attempt. That'll score 1. The second run comes in. That'll score 2. Throw back to third is in time to get the runner, but 2 runs will score as Blanco singles to left field. So Shaw scores. Feck scores. And Yee is cut down going to third. That'll be 2-5 for the second out. And Kevin Blanco at first with 2 more RBIs. Has he ever stepped up? Here's Alex Dabrowski, the number 9 hitter. Pitch on the way, squaring to butt. That went in the dirt. Nice stop by Haynes. So it is now a 12-7 game. 12 runs, 11 hits now for the Apaches. Jonah Hergert. Look over at first. He gets his sign now. He deals. That one backhanded by Haynes. And the count 1-1. But like I said all along, with these 2 teams, there is never enough runs to score to feel good and get ahead. That one inside. Both of these teams capable of scoring a lot of runs in a hurry. Hergert ready to go. He deals. That one is fisted into right field, of all things. Dabrowski fists one, and that is going to put runners at first and second. Well, that one he just hit off his fists. I mean, he just muscled that one past Zach Wattis. And Zach Wattis has got to be shaking his head. Man, what could I do on that? Rulli was playing closer towards the middle. So, like Yogi Berra once said, hit it where they ain't. And it's just what Cochise has done this inning, and that's going to be it for Jonah Hergert. So, boy, Hergert had some bad luck, but some very good spot hitting by Cochise here in the 6th inning. Pitching change coming up. Don't go away. It's 12-7 in favor of Cochise in this elimination game. This is Cochise baseball. Miles Harrison, 6'4", 215-pounder out of the Chandler area, east part of the valley. Harrison, a 4.58 ERA, 1-0 record, 11th appearance, 19 innings under his belt, 21 strikeouts, 13 walks. And the inning continues with Francisco, top of the order, Laya, who is 3 for 4 today with a home run. 2 runners on, pitch on the way. Curveball stays inside for ball 1. Kevin Blanco at second. Dabrowski at first. And Francisco trying to pick up a few more RBIs. Fastball misses a little bit low in the count, 2-0. Harrison set at the belt. Look back at second. He deals. Fastball outside, 3-0. Well, really, if you're Sean Cashman and the pitching coach, you're maybe in a rock and a hard place because you got to maybe start thinking about tomorrow. That one low, and that is ball 4. So a walk to Francisco, and you've got great speed at all bases. Blanco at third, Dabrowski at second, and Francisco, who's got 29 steals on the year, at first. And here's Ken Ryan, who doubled his last time up, and right now Cochise could open things up a wee bit, leading 12-7. Ryan, the 8th man to bat, and fastball right down the pipe in the count, 0-1. Well, they're not holding Francisco at first, so if Ken could do what he did last time, it went in the gap, that would score all 3. Pitch coming. Off speed outside, and 1-1 the count. 2 outs. In the inning, a strikeout, a walk, another walk, a single, 3 singles, I should say, and another walk. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Fastball outside, backhanded by Ian Haynes, and Haynes has done a nice job behind the plate today, as did Tom Teal yesterday, the central catcher. Very good defensive catching both sides. in these two games. Pitch coming up. That one, boy, a fastball outside part of the plate. And now the count is 2-2, I believe. Yep, deuce is wild here in the sixth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put anybody. Here's Harrison. He deals. That just misses, as you had quite a few guys in green uniform starting to walk off the field. And you can tell Harrison snaps the ball back, not happy. Another borderline 50-50. Good lead for all three guys. Pitch coming, runners all go, and struck 3. A swing and a miss. Give credit to Harrison. Very, very good fastball. Just blew it by him on the outside part of the plate, and that'll be that. However, Cochise comes up with 2 more runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were 3 walks in the inning. No errors, and they strand 3. So we have 6 in the books from Douglas. Our score in this elimination game for Cochise. It is Cochise 12 and Central Arizona 7. This is Cochise baseball. Seventh inning upon us here in Douglas. This game about 2 hours and 18 minutes old, and that's about how long yesterday lasted. So, new game, new day, and Max Stagg, Antonio Gianni, and Ian Haynes, the scheduled hitters here in the 7th inning. 4th inning of relief work for Alejandro Venegas, the sophomore from San Luis High School outside of Yuma, and Stagg takes ball 1. Stagg, no need to say he's got power, had that home run yesterday to win the game for Central. Count 2-0 now. 5-run lead, but just feels like 5's not enough, or not enough to be comfortable. That's a strike right at the belt, and the count 2-1 either way, as both of these teams with speed and power and guys that just hit the baseball. Pitch on the way, fastball inside, 3-1. And needless to say, the last thing you want to do with a 5-run lead is start off the inning with a walk. Dabrowski, the left fielder, back on the track. And that's a curveball. Boy, good left to right action, and it sank as it went. 3-2 the count. Francisco fairly deep in center. The same for Kevin Blanco in right. 3-2 pitch. That one is ripped to left field. Base hit. Dabrowski will get it on a couple of hops and get it quickly back in. So the 7th inning starts with a base hit single by Max Stagg, and now we'll see Antonio Gianni. Gianni also great speed, has a sacrifice today, a single, couple stolen bases, and a walk. He has scored 2 runs. And now Todd Engelhardt going out to the mound, and don't know if this will be more of an encouragement or if we're going to have a change. And let's see, I still haven't. Yep, we're going to have a pitching change. So it'll be a pitching change here in inning number 7 for Cochise. And the way Central can hit the baseball. And a good round of applause for Alejandro Venegas. So Daniel Gomez will make his way out to the mound and be the third pitcher used today for Cochise. Gomez out of La Guera, Venezuela, a freshman, 6'5", 195. And let's see, Daniel with a 4.23 ERA, 4-1 record. 38 innings and a third under his belt. Very good strikeout to walk ratio, 52 strikeouts, 20 walks. Giving up 20 runs on the year, only 10 of those earned. So we'll try to get an update on the Yavapai Southern Nevada game if we can. Southern Nevada won yesterday 13-8. That game in Las Vegas. Winner of this series would play the winner of that Southern Nevada Yavapai series. All right, here is Antonio Gianni, another guy that can hit to all fields. Gianni out of Cave Creek, a sophomore. Cave Creek north of Phoenix, and off speed inside. Gomez, pretty good fastball. We've seen him throw that slider on occasion. He can break off a curveball. Has a changeup. Stagg, good speed at first. Fastball, this one is popped up in the infield. Coming in and making the catch is Shaw, and that thing had great hang time. Ken Ryan, who was on the edge of the outfield grass, came in a sprint, and then T.J. Shaw called him off. One big out. I tell you what, and if you're a relief pitcher, that can take a little bit of pressure off you getting that first out. And here is Ian Haynes, a sacrifice, struck out and got on by an error, scored a run. And there is a breaking pitch for a strike. So Norrell, then Venegas, and now Daniel Gomez. Gomez will look over at first, has a pretty good move. And this one is hit wide of third and quickly ahead of the count, 0-2. And I've mentioned it before and worth mentioning again, especially in a situation like that, getting ahead of hitters is just so important. That way you've got a couple that you can throw maybe out of the zone a little bit. Pitch coming up, that one fouled away. If you just tuned in, we're in the 7th inning. Our score, Central Arizona, who won game 1, is down 12-7 to Cochise. If Cochise can win this game, it would force game 3 tomorrow at noon here in Douglas. Gomez ready to go. Gets his sign, fastball high, and now the count is 1-2. In the inning, Stagg singled, pitching change to Gomez. Gianni popped out to third. It's Haynes and then Parkin. 1-2 pitch, here it is. Curveball, just did miss. 2-2 the count. Boy, that was close. Good location. Gomez ready to go again. Quick look over at Stagg. Gets his sign from Owens. Outfield straight away. Infield open for that double play. Little throw over to first. 12 runs, 12 hits in an error for Cochise. 7 runs, 13 hits now, and 2 errors for Central Arizona. Pitch coming. That one is dribbled foul. Third base weighing out of play. Ian Haynes, the freshman out of Buckeye. Gomez ready. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one swung on and missed. Big strikeout. 2 down. And here's the number 9 hitter, Chris Parkin. Parkin on the day 1 for 3. Parkin on the day, as I mentioned, 1 for 3. Base hit singled his last time at bat. Gomez a look at first, gets his sign. He deals. And that's a strike right at the belt, fastball. Outfield straight away. Boy, Parkin, last time at bat, sizzled one to left center field. Gomez ready to go, working pretty quickly. A look over at first. He deals. That one's high, the fastball, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order would follow. And if you're Cochise, you don't want to see Jacob Croxford up with runners on base, a very dangerous hitter, their leadoff hitter, who's homered today. A swing and a miss on the fastball on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 the count, so Gomez, 1 pitch away from coming in and doing a yeoman's job here in the 7th inning. Here's a pitch. That one high, the throw down to second, and that goes into center field. And going on to third base is Stagg. So Stagg had a good jump, give him the stolen base, and then he'll advance to third on the air. And that'll be charged against Tyson Owens. 5-run lead for Cochise. So really, in this situation, Gomez needs just to focus on the batter and getting the out here, especially with 2 strikes on Parkin. As I mentioned, you don't want to see, if you're Cochise, Cruxford up with people on base. He is a very, very good hitter. 2-2 pitch. That one just getting a piece staying alive is Parkin. Seventh inning. Daniel Gomez peers in. Quick look over at third. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball blew it by him. And that will be that. 2 big strikeouts by Daniel Gomez. In the inning, the 1 single by Stagg. There was an error. Couple big strikeouts, but no runs. We go to the stretch half of the 7th. From Douglas, our score remains Cochise 12, Central Arizona 7. This is Cochise Baseball. And back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time in Douglas. And boy, what a job by Daniel Gomez. 2 big strikeouts in a huge situation. And Tyson Owens, Noah Ellison, and TJ Shaw. 3, 4, and 5 spot for Cochise. Owens, a couple walks today and a couple ground outs to second base. He scored a run. And the first pitch is a fastball for a strike by Miles Harrison, the Chandler native, in his 2nd inning of work in relief of Jonah Hergert. The right-hander ready, deals, and that one at the knees for a strike. 0-2 the count. Tyson seldom strikes out. 379 hitter. Fastball, that one fouled away and out of play. Yesterday, Tyson 2 for 2 and a couple walks. Good power. 8 home runs on the year, leads the team in that category, and a swing and a miss. Foul tip held on by Haynes, and that's one out. And here's Noah Allison coming up. Boy, Noah on the day is drawing the collar so far. Struck out and popped out, flew out to right field and struck out. Noah yesterday 2 for 4. 310 batter, fastball outside, ball 1-1-0. So Harrison trying to keep Central in striking position, down 5. Harrison ready to go. He deals. Fastball right on the outside part of the plate. Also had some movement on it. Maybe more of a slider action. That ball broke late. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. 12-7. 12 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Cochise. Pitch coming up. And that one lifted to left field. Playable for Croxford. Shields his glove in the sun. Makes the catch near the warning track. Carried a little bit more than I thought it would. 2 down. And here is TJ Shaw. On the day, Shaw double walk, grounded out to third, and walked again. So 2 runs he has scored today. The big one in that first inning with the bases loaded, doubled to get things started for Cochise off on a good note. Pitch coming. Fastball just does miss outside, and the count 1-0. Shaw now 37 RBIs on the season and 17 doubles. Pitch coming. Fastball high, and the count now 2-0. And I've mentioned all along, and all it's worth noting again, especially in a situation like this, very good disciplined hitters for Cochise. Don't swing at a lot of bad pitches. 2-0 the count. Here it is. That one just does get the corner. Another borderline 50-50. And again, the umpiring been very good. Very good in this series, in my opinion. Consistency. They've called for one, they've called for both. 2-1 pitch. That one is inside. 3-1. And I'll say this too. The base umpires have really done a great job getting into position on some plays where there's more than one activity going on and the potential for a couple of outs in one play or a couple calls in one play. And that one's outside, ball 4. So good patience once again for Shaw. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Sawyer Feck. Sawyer on the day has scored 2 runs. 1 for 3 with a walk. Single back in that first inning. Came into play with a .319 batting average. Pitch on the way. That one fastball outside. And the count 1-0. Croxford plays more towards the line and left. Gianni more towards left field, the center fielder. And Stagg more straight away, the right fielder. And that's a fastball letter high. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. 5-run lead for Cochise here in the 7th inning. Harrison says yes, this one fouled away, and staying alive is Sawyer Feck. Harrison ready. Quick look over at first. Gets his sign. He deals. And that's a little flare that's going to drop. Ew, coming in and making a great catch is Croxford. Oh my, I thought Croxford was way too deep. That was just a little flare to short left field. And coming in, making a super play is Jacob Croxford. We have seen him make a couple of great plays in the outfield. Wow, some very, very good defense. So in the 7th inning for Cochise, there were no runs, no hits. They did have the walk. They strand one. Well, 7 in the books from Douglas in this semifinal elimination game for Cochise. But right now, Cochise hangs on to a 12-7 lead over Central Arizona. This is Cochise Baseball. We can tell you that in Las Vegas right now, Southern Nevada has a 5-1 lead over Yavapai, elimination game for Yavapai in the 5th inning. Now, if that score or that lead should maintain, then Southern Nevada would have the day off tomorrow. And what Cochise hopes will happen is they will live for another day and there will be a game 3 tomorrow, but one thing at a time, top of the order. And that top of the order is the dangerous Jacob Croxford. If you're Cochise, you're happy to see him up with nobody on base, as he is one very good hitter. 3 hits today, including a 2-run homer. Gomez ready to go. Here's a pitch. Boy, slider for a strike, and the count 0-1. Croxford, 2 singles along with his 2-run home run that he hit back in the 2nd inning, with a couple of great catches to go with it. Fastball, that's outside. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Banaya, then Tyree Reed, 1, 2, and 3 hitters here in the 8th inning. Boy, a little dribbler, tough play for TJ, picks it up, throws, gets him. Nice job by Shaw. Had to kind of hurry on that one, and right on stride, made a very good throw. 1 down. And here is David Banaya. 1 for 4 on the day with a double. 348 batting average, 54 hits, now 55 on the year, and takes ball 1-1-0. So Mathis Norell started, was replaced in the 4th inning by Alejandro Venegas, and then Gomez came along in the 6th, fastball high, and the count now 2-0. Reed to follow, then Ruley. All those guys with power and speed. 2-0 pitch, that one inside part of the plate, and the count 2-1. Same outfield, and those guys have covered a lot of ground today. Seen quite a lot of action in these 2 games. And that one fouled away right side out of play. Alex Dabrowski, Francisco Laya, and Kevin Blanco. Boy, Francisco Laya made one of the best throws I have ever seen at any level, from fairly deep center field all the way to the plate. to get a potential tag-up run, and that one hit to right field, base hit. Blanco will see it bounce 3 or 4 times, gets it back in. And here is Tyree Reed. Well, if you're Central, your job is to get base runners any way you can right now. We saw them come back yesterday, so it's never over till it's over, especially against a good hitting team like Central. And I said all along, there really is no safe lead with either one of these teams. Benea, good speed at first. Reed on the day, a single. And the fastball for ball 1. Couple ground outs. And a base hit today. The designated hitter, Tyree Reed. Pitch coming. That one low. Reed out of Vallejo, California, up in the Bay Area. Came in with a .338, averaged 22 hits, 5 doubles, and a home run. This team, 44 home runs collectively, now 45 with the one today. Some very impressive numbers. Gomez ready to go. Set at the belt now. And this one popped up. Hang time for Francisco in mid-center. Makes the catch. 2 down. Just got under it, did Tyree Reed. And here is Easton Rulli. He's had quite a day. 3 hits. A single, double, and a triple. Scored a run. And has stolen 3 bases. Well, that's like a week's work for some people. Gomez ready to go. Quick look over at first. Breaking pitch stays high, and the count 1-0. Zach Wattis would follow, and then the dangerous, powerful Max Stagg. But really, all these guys have power. Coming up, really, Wattis and Stagg. Gomez ready, he deals. Breaking pitch is high, and the count 2-0. Shaw, Ryan, Feck, and Yee. Third to first. Tyson Owens behind the plate. Another great job by him defensively. Made some very nice stops this afternoon. Look over at Benea. Here's a pitch. This one fell back over our head and out of play. And the count now 2-1 with 2 outs. 8th inning. 12-7 in favor of Cochise. They need to win this game to force Saturday. Now keep in mind, if we do play game 3, it'll be a noon, 12 o'clock start. Easton Rulli, the sophomore from Moore Park, California. Pitch on the way. That one in the dirt. Good stop by Owens. And it's now 3-1. And again, needless to say, you don't want to put anybody on board with 3 passes in the 8th inning trying to hold the lead. Pitch on the way. That one is hit wide of Sawyer Feck into right center. And Benea will get to third base, and you'll have runners on the corners with Zach Wattis coming up. So with 2 outs, singles by Benea and Rulli, runners at first and third, and that'll bring up Zach Wattis. Wattis walked, hit the ball hard, but right at Francisco Lea in the 3rd inning. Singled and scored a run in that 5th inning. Here's a pitch. That one is hit hard in the gap, and that is going to be in between Francisco and Blanco. Go all the way to the wall. That will score 1, and that will score 2. So a double by Zach Wattis. And Benea will score along with Easton Rulli. And it is now a 12-9 game. And here is Max Stagg coming up. Stagg a single, scored a run in the 5th, and another single in the 7th. Well, it's worth mentioning again, and I've said it all along, there is no lead safe with these teams. It's now 12-9. And slider is inside, ball 1, 1-0. So the tying run would be on the on-deck circle with a guy named Matt Stagg, who hit a 9th inning home run yesterday. Gomez looks in. Here's a pitch. That one outside. And the count now 2-0 with 2 outs. I believe 16 hits right now for Central in my score sheet. Kind of looking like leprosy in the plague. And here comes Todd Engelhardt. And I'm thinking this is more of a discussion. So Mathis Norell started the game, got to the 4th. Alejandro Venegas came in for a couple innings, and then Daniel Gomez came in the middle of that. Oh, went out in the 7th inning and promptly struck out 2 batters, but in a bit of a jam right now. 2-0 the count. And Max Stagg, the batter, and that is a strike at the knees. Boy, good pitch. And I would imagine that Todd Engelhardt said, hey, you know, you're going to have to come over. You're going to have to trust the defense here. Maybe mix up locations. 2-1 pitch, that one right down the pipe, and the count 2-2. And Max Stagg kind of shakes his head as, yep, it sure was. I think Max would like to have that one back. That was a pitch he could have extended those arms on, more than likely. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, and this one hit hard foul past the dugout and down the line. Boy, what a good swing that time by Stagg. Antonio Gianni on deck. Wattis at second. And this one is hit hard to left field, and that one is in the trees. That's a 2-run home run for Max Stagg. No doubt on that one. Dabrowski just froze and watched it go. That's one of the longer home runs I've seen here all season long. And a 1-run game. So Max Stagg, 2 RBIs and 1 swing. And it's now 12-11 with Antonio Gianni coming to bat. Gomez ready to go. Here's a pitch. That one, boy, nice breaking pitch. Well, what have I kept saying today? Something like there's not enough runs to be comfortable with either of these teams. Pitch on the way. That one he went, tried to hold his swing, and it's now 0-2. Gomez in need to try to get an out here. Then he would face Haynes and Parkin, the 8 and 9. Here's a pitch. That one is hit to center field. Francisco on his horse. Still back, still back. It's against the wall. Picked up by Drabowski. He gets it back in. But now you've got the tying run at second base. Gianni extended those hands out and a double. Boy, again, in all honesty, when it came off the bat, I didn't think it would go. I knew it was a trouble for Loya and Dabrowski, but boy, that one carried even further. Nice job by Dabrowski to get it back in. So now the tying run at second base, and here is Ian Haynes, who has a sacrifice. And we have a pinch hitter. for Ian Haynes. That's Noah Wicks coming up. So Wicks to pinch hit, and now Engelhardt back to the mound. And now it's just a case of letting Gomez try to finish here or go to the pen, and they're going to go to the pen. We'll take a break. 12-11 in favor of Cochise, tying run at second. This is Cochise baseball. Ramses Guerrera, 3.980 ERA, 6-2 record. Appearance number 15, 52 innings under his belt. 50 strikeouts, 28 walks, and he is in a big situation. Ramsey 6'3", 215 out of Panama. And Noah Wicks, who is out of Arvada, Colorado, the sophomore, in a big spot for Central. And the fastball led her high. Boy, what a situation. You've got the tying run at second base in Gianni with great speed. Anything hit out of the infield will score him. Pitch coming. Fastball at nice location, knee high outside part of the plate. So ahead of the count at 0-2. Daniel Gomez looks in, gets his sign from Owens. I'll look back at second. He deals, and that one hit foul. Not very far from the dugout. First base side occupied by Central. You can hear the fans trying to cheer Noah on. Fastball in this one, throw down to third. Did they get him? No, they didn't. So it's going to be a stolen base for Gianni. It's about his fourth of the day. He had a great jump. And now you've just got to worry about the batter, Noah Wicks. Wicks, if you're wondering, 458 hitter, 11 hits, 11 RBIs, and a couple doubles. Chance to tie it here. Guerrero ready. He deals. Fastball, and this one fouled away and the other direction. So Wicks not going down without a fight. Outfield straight away. Normal depth for the infield, just trying to get one more out and a one-run lead. Guerrero ready. This one misses outside, and the count now 2-2. On deck, you've got Chris Parkin, the number 9 hitter. 8th inning. Nervous time in Douglas. Here's a pitch. That one misses inside the fastball, and 3-2 the count. So Wicks represents the go-ahead run here. Pitch coming up by Ramsey Guerrera. Swung on and missed. Ball drop. Tag made. And the inning is over. However, Central Arizona comes up with 3 runs. They send 8 men to the plate. 3 hits, the big hit by Max Stagg, the 2-run homer, and they strand 1 run 90 feet away, which represents the tying run. Phew. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Well, you like excitement and good baseball, and you have tuned into the right spot. Going to the bottom of the 8th, our score from Douglas. It is Cochise 12, Central Arizona 11. This is Cochise Baseball. And we are back for the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Andrew Yee, Kevin Blanco, Alex Dabrowski, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, to face Miles Harrison, who has done a very good job in relief. 1-run lead. Well, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. It's a shame that either team has to lose a game like this, like yesterday. And I've said it a million times, but it's worth repeating. With these teams, the way Central hits and Cochise hits, no lead is safe at any time. Pitch coming up. Fastball outside. Ball 1, 1-0. Well, without scratching everything on my score sheet, I have 19 hits today for Central. Pitch on the way. That's a fastball. And the count 1-1. Cochise came in with a team average of 313. Central 327. Outfield straight away, and that's off speed. That stays way high in the count 2-1. Well, the same thing for Miles Harrison. You don't want to put people on base in a game like this late in a tight game. And that's outside, 3-1. Oh, the life of a reliever. Harrison says yes to Ian Haynes. Here's the pitch. And that is on the outside part of the plate. Boy, Andrew almost willfully hoping to go to first base. So the count full now. Parkin, Benea, Rulli, and Wattis in the infield, third to first. Harrison ready to go. He deals, and that is swung on and missed. 1 down. And here is Kevin Blanco. Kevin on the day, 2 hits, walked, and got on by an error. So on base every time today. Has scored 2 runs. And yesterday had a great day also. A couple great sacrifices. Pitch on the way, and that's right at the letters. Fastball in the count 0-1. Kevin himself made a great defensive play yesterday. One of the best throws all season long from right field to third base on the fly to get a runner. Fastball way upstairs, and the count 1-1. 12-2 for Cochise, 11 and let's call it 18-2 for Central Arizona. Pitch coming, that one outside corner, and that's a 50-50 ball, and again, it's been consistent, and that's both coaches all you can hope for, really, and I think they've done a great job, this crew. 1-2 the count, one down, which he's trying to get some insurance runs if they can. And that's high and inside. The count 2-2. And Harrison's job is to keep this a one-run game and give his guys a chance to win in the ninth like they did yesterday. 2-2 the count. Says yes. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down. And here's Dabrowski. Alex on the day struck out twice, got on by an error, and singled. Alex, the number 9 hitter, we'd roll over to the top of the order if he can get on here. Harrison ready to go, working pretty quick, scoring to bunt and taking a strike is Dabrowski. Well, looking ahead to the ninth, it would be Chris Park in the number 9 spot, then the top of the order in Jacob Croxford. And that's at the knees on a breaking pitch, and the count 0-2. So Harrison has looked very good the last couple innings. Getting his sign from Haynes. Here's a pitch. This one just outside, and you had some green uniforms running off the field, hoping that they would get that call, but that was outside off the plate. 1-2 the count. Gets his sign. Here it is. That one outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1-run game. Cochise hanging on. Harrison ready. Now set at the belt. Here it is. Fastball outside, 3-2 with 2 outs. Dabrowski, 365 average. 43 hits on the year. Does have a home run. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and miss. And give credit to where credit's due. That's to Miles Harrison, the CAC reliever. He has struck out the side. A very easy 1-2-3 inning for Central Arizona's Miles Harrison. 8 in the books. Put on your seatbelt. 1-run lead for Cochise as we head to the 9th inning. This is Cochise baseball. Well, 9th inning, here it is. Chris Parkin, then the top of the order in Jacob Croxford and David Benea. Parkin on the day, 1 for 4. Single back in the 5th. First pitch is just inside, and the count is 1-0. So Ramses Guerrera begins his second inning of work. Here's a pitch, that one low, and the count 2-0. And I would bet Parkin's going to take at least one here, representing the tying run. Ramses, 6'3", 215 out of Veraguas, Panama. Pitch coming. That in this elimination game, and everything gets tighter and tighter. And here is Jacob Croxford. Croxford, 3 hits on the day, 3 for 5. And I guess we're going to get a pinch runner or Central, we'll see. Croxford, a single back in the first, single in the fourth, and the 2-run homer in the second inning. Croxford, a .385 hitter, now 70 hits on the year. Well, the meeting of the minds after the offensive timeout, and Parkin will stay to run at third. And here's Croxford. Speed, power, and great contact hitter. Ramsey's ready, and they'll throw to first and try to keep Parkin close here. Outfield Dabrowski, the left fielder, deep and almost on the track. Francisco Laya, straightaway center, bit deep, scoring to butt and taking low. Did he offer? And evidently he did not. And ball 1. Kevin Blanco, the right fielder, straightaway right field, mid-range. Infield hoping for the double play. Pitch on the way, squaring to butt and taking a strike right down the pipe. Good fastball that time by Ramses. And the count 1-1. On deck, David Correa, who's had a very good day himself with the bat. Ramsey's ready. He deals. That one hit down to third. To second for 1. On to first. Double play. Shaw. Tafek. To Yee. And it goes without saying, it couldn't have come at a better time for Cochise. 2 outs. And here is David Benea coming up. Benea on the day in this game, a double, single, scored a run. Very good power. Pitch on the way, inside, ball 1, 1-0. 348 hitter. Coming into play 54, now 56 hits. Ramsey's ready. He deals. Fastball low. Going over the signs, shaking his head yes as Ramses. He deals. And boy, good speed. Took a little bit off that one right on the outside part of the plate. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield straightaway a little bit deeper, keeping everything in front of him. TJ Shaw at third guards the line. And this one popped up. Playable. Francisco, catch made. Cochise wins. What a game. What a game. 12-11. And give credit to where credit to. Ramses Guerrera came in, got the double play ball, and Cochise hangs on for the victory.
Final score, Arizona 11, your Cochise Apaches 12. Tomorrow's game 3 here at Cochise Football Field will take place at 12 p.m. Be here at noon for the final series.
All right, we'll wrap it up with the line score. 12 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Cochise. 11 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors for Central Arizona. 2 home runs in the game, one by Jacob Croxford in the 2nd inning, and then one by Max Stagg in inning number 8. Both of those 2-run home runs. Boy, hard to review a game like this, but just some great defensive plays both ways. I'll take one of them, Francisco Laya, and that could be the game, basically the difference between winning and losing, from mid-center field through a strike to Tyson Owens to cut down a potential run back in the 6th inning. And in a 1-run game, everything was crucial. But again, it came down to Ramses Guerrera coming in relief. Norrell started the game. We saw Venegas, we saw Gomez, and then Ramses Guerrera came in. He will get the save. The win will go to Alejandro Venegas, who came in the 4th inning. And the loss in this one will go to Jonah Hergert, who really pitched well. And give credit in relief also to Miles Harrison, did a very good job. So what do we have left? The what-if game tomorrow, game number 3, is reality. And as you might have just heard over the PA, tomorrow's game will be at 12 o'clock. Both of these games were 2, but tomorrow, 12 o'clock, with the winner playing the winner of the Southern Nevada Yavapai game. And at last word, Southern Nevada was in control of that game. If that score holds, tomorrow the winner would head to Vegas for the following weekend. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. This game today, unlike yesterday, lasted 3 hours and 12 minutes. Yesterday, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So what a game it was. Hope to talk to you tomorrow. I'm Tom Heck, bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon. Where this afternoon, Cochise hangs on. They tied the series at 1 game each as they win today by a score of 12-11. Good afternoon, everybody.